Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be playing around with using masks in our art journal, which are lots of fun to do. So I'm starting off in my art journal. I had a whole heap of collage papers that I had glued into my book. I'd been cutting something out and doing something with them, and I just really liked the colours, so I just glued them into my page, and I decided that I'd make them into a pretty crazy background. So for this, I am trying to match the colours, which I don't often do when I'm doing collage, but in this case it was like, "Oh, such nice bright colours, have a go." Um, so I'm just painting in the gaps. Oh, excuse me, sorry. So yeah, just with some acrylic paint, painting in the backgrounds. One of the things I do like to do when I'm doing stuff like this, and you can see me kind of doing it, is I do like over painting a little bit into the image. It makes it look like it was supposed to be done that way. It also sort of keeps that color that you've been using so that it doesn't look out of place. So you can see where, they've got the yellows on here. I'm painting over it with the yellow I've used, so it looks like part of the same. With the blacks, I'm extending out the dots, and I'm also going over the dots that are in there with the black, because printed black just doesn't look quite the same. So you can see how I'm sort of trying to incorporate it. Now this is a great way, if you're not confident with mark making, to have a go at your own mark making, because the marks are there for you. You're just extending them out. You're just sort of continuing to add them where someone's already added them on the page. And if you're feeling a bit brave, you can add them somewhere else as well, and you know it's going to work because it's already been on the page. I'm obviously using some paint pens because I've got them, but you can see I've had the paint colors there to begin with. Just continue using your paintbrushes if you're happy to do that. So it's got some flowers on here, so I'm just hand drawing in some flowers as well. you know Take the cues from what's in the background with you. So this is a fairly busy background, but it's a lot of fun. Just to sort of balance it up a little bit, black and white on a page are really, really important. It helps give a little bit of brightness to the page and a bit of interest to the page. So I'm just going in now and adding some extra lines because it's me, and why would you stop when it was a sensible time to stop? So once this is all dry, remembering that I'm using acrylic paints, I decided that I was going to put some stamping over the top because, you don't have enough going on here already. Let's add a little bit more. So the inks I'm using are the archival inks in lots of different colours. I know that Dilutions has some in her range. There's the actual archival inks as well. One thing to remember about the archival inks is they are oil-based, and that's going to come in important for the next bit that we're going to do, because the oil-based inks will float to the top. So you will see it sort of appear as it goes along. So I am quickly drawing out two shapes on my page. I'm using sort of really triangular geometric type bird shapes. So really long, sort of like a cockatoo shape, really long tails, sort of very triangular in shape. Then what I'm going to do, and everyone's going to go, what? I'm going to paint out the background. So I'm going to mask out the background. Now, usually with masks, when you hear the word mask, you think, oh, you pop something down and paint over the top, which is definitely what you can do. But you can also sort of draw out a shape, and you're masking it off by just dulling down the background. Now, you can do that in many different ways. Most of the time it's done with darker paint. In this case, I'm doing it with a really, really light layer of gesso. The reason why I'm doing a really light layer of gesso is I really like that background. I really like the colors in it. So I didn't want to lose that brightness. So I am just putting a really, really pale coat in the background so I can still see what's going on behind there. But now the color is focused on the birds themselves. Just because I really like the background, I am going to rub off a little bit of the gesso and put some do some ghosting through a stencil. To boost the colour a little bit, I am also putting a coat of some extra mark making in that turquoise. And then I'm going in with a really, really loose brush pen and popping in my black lines to really make those birds stand out from the background. Once I've done that, I'm adding in 2 little hearts because I've just got a thing about adding hearts to figures. I just like doing it. And adding in eyes as well. So I've just put the black in and then I'll go back and put a little dot of white in those just to put the catch-all. There you go. And it makes such a difference. As soon as you put that little bit of white, it suddenly makes those eyes come alive. And I'm going with my Neo crayon pen to add a little bit of colour to the beaks. So now I've got those images masked out from the background. I can add more detail into I can add more mark making to make them really stand out from the background. Because I wanted these little birdies to be love birds, I've added some extra love hearts going up the top. And then I'm going to write the word love birds down the bottom, because why not? I'm making the letters really, really chunky and quite geometric, just like the birds themselves. So a really simple way to mask up a piece of your artwork so you can make it a focal point on your page. Now, it doesn't have to be birds, it could be anything. You could do something similar, just with a big heart shape. Paint out the background so you've just got that heart with a beautiful background in it. Or it could be, you could cut out a image of a person from a magazine and paint around it and mask out the background, and you've got that image there. But it's just a really, really great way to just capture some little bits of a busy background and make them the focal point of your page. So I hope you enjoy that technique. It's such fun to do. It is so easy to do, and it just gives you so much joy when when you get it. It's also a really, really great way to calm down a really busy background. If you think, oh, I really like this, but it's too busy, that's a perfect background to have a go at this technique on. Until next time, bye for now.